Peace, peace, peace. This is your girl Sunshine, and we are here for Shine Vibrations episode 63. So, I am so excited about tonight because this is one of the most dynamic poets that I know. He is always on some real humble shit, but it fits his demeanor. I had the pleasure of finally meeting him after a year and a half of just knowing each other from Clubhouse at Partners in Rhymes event that was last Friday. I went back to Jersey for Uncle Mike's birthday and for Partners in Rhymes and for Malikia's birthday. So, y'all had the replay. So this brother was there, and I can't wait to tell y'all how funny the interaction was. And I ain't tell him I was gonna bring that up, but it's organic when I bring him forward. So this brother, as I mentioned, I met through Clubhouse, and he is one half of Iron Sharpens Iron in Clubhouse. And they have this dope, when I say dope, slam event. Like, y'all got to understand, these two brothers put this event together, and you can tell how much like poetry is in the veins because they bring the best out of everyone who competes in my eyes. They have some challenging prompts and ways where they make you write like the other person. Like, that is wild. So, it's dope to sit and listen and, get some notes from these brothers. And I was telling him I needed some pictures. So I had already ran to his page and kind of snagged this one. So it was dope that he also sent it to me to use for the show. But this is written in pen. When you hear him and get to know him, you will understand why he goes by that name. This brother was so dynamic every time that I hear him spit, and seeing him in person, just like, yeah, definitely, I'm a true fan. Like I said, from day one meeting him, I'm still a fan, and my Uncle Mike loved him. So, he kept talking about him for the rest of the ride home. When he was taking me to the airport, he just was like, yo, that brother is dope. So, we turned Uncle Mike on to some new adventures. So let me bring him up. Peace, peace, beloved.
How you doing?
Good. Peace, 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 Shelly. I am just a messenger 9. That's my big sis. And happy belated solar return to you. Things were so busy with work and trying to get ready for the event. I charge it to the head, sis, and not the heart. So Rick, yes. It was so dope meeting you in person.
Thank you. It was dope meeting you too. I'm sorry I had the delayed reaction.
When I tell y'all, this is so funny, right? When I walked out and I walked back in, I heard his voice. We was getting ready. So when I walked in, I knew exactly who he was. And it's so funny because I could tell when he embraced me, he was on some, cordial, peaceful, but he didn't know who I was. He didn't put it together yet. So we're sitting at the table and we're talking, and I'm introducing everybody to Uncle Mike. And we was making a little joke about something, and me and Uncle Mike flashed back to something, and I started singing. So, recently in Clubhouse, I have incorporated, a little bit of vocals with my poetry. And he was sitting directly across from me. He was looking down. And when he heard me sing like a little snippet, he said, oh, that's Sunshine. Oh, snap. My bad, sis.
I got him. I was like, oh, Sunshine. That was crazy.
I was like, yo, that is crazy. I never thought I would be recognized for that. But, appreciate it. I received that. Peace. That's my big sis. That's my Suge. Oh yeah, and congratulations. She won Comedian of the Year, right, sis?
Oh
Because when
wow,
I
that's
say,
dope. Congrats.
yeah, Ace Awards, baby, my sis do her thing. She's an actress. When I tell you, she is a total package. Like, I feel she is one of the many sisters that I know that when they talk about the total package, like she's the epitome of it. She's one of them. So, that's my Shug. Yup. See, look, these is my sisters here popping up. Yep. She said I was right. Yep. That's my girl. So, and she's also a fellow podcaster on Blast Thursday nights, Crazy Carla Concoctions. You are welcome, sugar. Welcome, sugar. So, Rick, before we get into this, is because you are such a dynamic guest. This is different because you're always on this side, and you interview all of us. So when I say this is an honor to have you here, and to be
Well,
on
I'm
this.
honored that you asked me. I was like, oh wow, who, me?
Of
So I
course.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So y'all know we normally do, my bros, that live alkaline water. They got the gallons, they got your bottles, they got glass bottles, they got these little hug looking type joints with the little handles, like they doing their thing, health, wealth, and stuff, healing the nation. So we're gonna hear from them. This is Born King from Soul Society, heavy energy university.com with the live alkaline water.
Peace and love, family. Check it out. It's the We Are the Gold campaign. The We Are the Gold campaign is all about highlighting ourselves as the wealth, value, and solutions we've been looking for. We are the gold. Before it comes to the money, your health is the wealth. Tap into intentional lifestyle decisions, making sure you're putting living, local foods, preferably, especially organic, into your well-being, your temple, And you already know you got to couple that with the live alkaline water, the best hydration in the nation, natural alkaline spring water straight from the source, no artificial induced processing. And the other side of the We Are the Gold campaign is activating our economics, So tap into the We Are the Gold campaign, get your $20 monthly subscription special at heavyenergyuniversity.com.
And they also, y'all been hearing me talking about the Alkaline Festival. So here it is. This is August 2nd through the 4th, Volume 4, powered by Heavy Energy and Live Alkaline Water. This is 3 days and 2 nights, live music, yoga, meditation, camping, hiking, plenty of vendors, food trucks, poetry, comedy, guest speakers, and presentations. This is in Yadkinville, North Carolina. Hit up heavyenergyuniversity.com for tickets or vendor slots if there's any more. And also you can hit up 910-548-5280, and that is T Walker, the other half of Soul Society. And when I tell you these brothers doing a thing, on my profile, my background picture where me and my sons are with KRS-One, that's on the land where the water comes from. So, they have the We Are the Gold events. They had it with David Banner the first couple of times. And this time, KRS-One said, if y'all do it again, I'm there. And he showed up. And, KRS is the truth. And these young brothers are doing their things. And they are creating a community, starting with the young entrepreneurs. My sons was vendors for the second annual one. They sold healthy juices. My sons they got the entrepreneurial bug now. Now they want to make money every chance they get. So I appreciate them brothers for that and doing that. Next up, we have my other bro from back home, Broadway, New Jersey, 07065. This is Rule Jacobs with Fresh Clothing, where he used me for one of the promos. So why not show you? So that is Fresh Clothing Company. You know, my moons y'all see me wear. These is the chocolate ones with the wings, and I normally have the black and gold. So that is all from his clothing line. This is my bro. He known me since I was 5. So, and he's doing his thing. He's a poet as well, author. He has She's that he's about to drop, Concrete Reflections. I read that book, was so intense. I read it in one night. Like, I had music playing and reading it. I felt like I was right there in the story with it, like right there with the characters. So, that's when I say he is a dope writer and a dope lyricist too. I might say I might have to add as well. And it's not just because we all from the same area. It's just, you know what you like when you hear it. And when people got dope things and they really spit knowledge, you gotta gravitate to that. So next, Britt, would you please let the folks know where you are from?
I'm from the South Bronx in New York City. Birthplace.
So Bronx.
BX all day. Hey, I thought everybody knew that. I'm from the VX.
And then, so what is something that you would like people to know about you?
I realized through social media, I think people get the wrong impression of me. I think people, it's almost like when you go to work, right? It's like, the people you work with don't know you like people who know you outside of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whatever the impression is that I give off on social media platforms, because it's always a different, when I meet people, it's always like, oh, you know what I mean? I always get like, oh. So I don't know what it is really, but I always get like, oh, you all right.
Nah. Look, you see,
the
reaction you got from me. I knew who you was, even if you didn't recognize me at first. You saw how I was. Like, I couldn't wait to meet you. When they said that you and Dwayne was gonna be there, I said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be dope." I was looking forward to this.
Yeah. So if anything, it's just like I'm mad approachable. Like you always say.
Definitely is, and so humble. Like I said in the beginning, he is so humble. So if y'all think he's arrogant or anything like that, no, he is not. Especially if Uncle Mike couldn't stop talking about him. Uncle Mike was like, yo, if anywhere he's at performing, they selling tickets, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got an instant fan that night. So, and he said he was a fan to everybody. But definitely, I did snatch a picture of you. Did I put it in? What I did? We just lost him. I knew he was going to do that. But in the meantime, this is him in action. Oh, and this is our lovely Malikia, Lady Malcolm, who was there honoring and also celebrating the 4th year of Partners in Rhyme. But when I tell you, Rick is such a dope poet.
I'm doing too much. I'm trying to do too much.
I know. I just said it. I said I knew he was going to do that. I saw you fidgeting. I said he about to go out. So I showed them the picture. This is the only one that I downloaded, but I was trying to get it. But he was moving. When I say he was in motion, he was going. And I mean, he took you there. Like you was on a ride right there with him. Like he was the driver and you was the passenger. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's dope. You know what I'm saying? When somebody can be on stage and draw you into their performance, like that is dope. And to know that it's not like a rehearsed monologue of someone else.
Mm-hmm.
The most beautiful thing about it is that it's your own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you get to bring it to life.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I had to open up the event because I am always the youngest in the room. I didn't know that everybody was older than me. I kept saying, "Nah, you younger than me." I was like, "Wait, you 38?" And he looked at me. I said, "No." And right when he said 48, I was saying it too. I was like, y'all got that. I'll go first. But it was dope because I got the opportunity to do, and I literally like just wrote that getting ready for the flight that morning because like I didn't really go to sleep. I just laid down, but I was in the bed doing this on the phone, putting that poem together for my uncle. So, and this is when Dwena caught us in action. That's my Uncle Mike right there. And that's Shirley. That's a longtime family friend.
Yeah, I got emotional with you and Uncle Mike. That it got a little
Huh?
emotional. It got a little emotional right there with you and Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Mike though.
Shout out because Uncle Mike hadn't seen me perform. I was swearing it was like high school.
That was his first time? Oh, that's crazy.
Yep. Not like since I've been grown. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was junior high. He corrected me that night. He said, no, Moni, the last time you was in junior high, I seen you perform. And I was like, oh shit. So to know what that poem meant for me, I know it meant even more because he also got like a glimpse of the evolution, even though he was right there in it the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Uncle Mike don't really rehash the past. Like he's never been a man like that. You know what I'm saying? So he always wants you to know to move forward. You know what I'm saying? You can still reflect, but don't get stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
He's essentially Denise. How you doing? Look, you just need to let me know when you're ready, because you'll be next. We can get you next Friday if you want to. Look, put you out there. I don't mean to do that, but whenever you're ready. But yes, you are 48 from the Bronx. So when did poetry actually become like part of you? I know we'll probably go into you explaining your name as well, so you might as well, because I know it all goes together.
I had an affection for poetry kind of before I started writing, and I always liked rhyme schemes. So I kind of always had an affection for poetry, but like rhyme scheme poetry when I was a little kid. Like I thought that was cool, rhyming words. And then when I got older, I started reading like, who they consider legends, Frost and Poe and stuff like that. But writing poetry for me was always more like a therapeutical thing. Like I would write the kind of like sort things out in my head. Sometimes, and I tell this to people all the time, sometimes you need to see it outside of your head. And it's for me personally, I found that to be therapeutic process. But I never really pondered sharing it with people until deaf poetry became a thing. And then it was kind of like, I think I could do that, But I used to rap. I was in a rap group, and it was funny you brought up KRS-One because I toured with KRS-One when I was a teenager.
Wow.
So it's funny because when I used to rap, I knew a lot of poets who had tried to rap, and I used to be like, poetry's where rappers go to die. That's
oh damn! Not hit her with the blow like that. Peace, Malikia. She said still working, but had to pop in real quick and support. Appreciate the love.
So it just became a progression, and then eventually it was Poetic Black who kind of bullied me to perform live. But it was like a process because I was around people who did poetry. So Lyrical Movements kind of twisted my arm to start sharing my poetry with people. But I was doing that like on Blog Talk Radio, so I was very comfortable in that space once I saw how people were receiving me. And then Poetic Black was like, all right, that phone shit is cool, but now we gotta go to the streets. And I was reluctant a little bit. But after the first time I spit on stage, that was it. It was like drugs. It was like, oh, I'm home,
Okay.
goddamn.
So that very first time compared to the very first time as a lyricist, was
What
it
you
the
mean?
same?
What you mean? Oh,
You said,
like rap into poetry?
yeah. Was it the same?
No, it's way different because with poetry, you kind of make a deeper connection with the audience. Hip hop is just rambunctious, right? And if you really in a real hip hop spot, like if you really like in a, they don't hear what you're saying really. It's the vibe that got them jumping. Like they not right in that moment. What you wrote is really background for the vibe. Where poetry, it's like they've really keyed in on what you're saying, and in hip hop, also the reaction is kind of just reactionary to the music. But while I'm spitting this poem, and this is what I always remember: the first time I'm performing, as I'm saying the lines, the crowd is like, and I'm like, oh, this is
good.
Crazy.
That means it's good. That means that shit hitting.
This is real time, like bar for bar, like, ooh, say that shit. And it's like, wow, okay. So yeah.
My Highness 31, facts, he's a sweetheart.
Thank you.
But yeah, so because you know the era, like you know, hip hop, like you know, the 80s into the 90s, you know, like I grew up to that, so I've always been drawn to the battle rap, the in the park after dark under the street light, you got the cypher going, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
so that's always been a part. My grandfather, whenever we would go back to the city, we go over into Harlem, we go over to the Bronx, we go over to Brooklyn, like we would be listening to Jazz 88 on the way. And you know, back in the day, sometimes they would have sometimes where they would have a moment of like some kind of spoken word segment, or he would throw on, you know, Signified Monkey. And you know, at a certain age, I shouldn't have been listening to that, but you know, this is the things that I'm hearing on the way, and that's what. And we would pull up to wherever we was going, and I would see the brothers outside. They'd be out there in the cipher, and then you know, in Jersey it was the same thing. So it was like that's universal, you know, and that was just always like when I say like the soundtrack to my life, like that's like the best childhood, you know what I'm saying? And then like poetry just brings the same
We used
thing.
to travel to Jersey back in the days because rest in peace, Party Artie is from my building. Like I grew up with Party Artie.
Oh,
So
sad.
he would come out, like he would be like, yeah, I got a battle in Jersey. And we will all get on the path and go with him to Newark, and he will body somebody, and we'd be like, BX in the building, and then we'd be up out of there before it got crazy.
Look, Father Time, hey Rick.
Scott, what it is? He gave
Talk
me
about
an interview at
7.8.
7.8. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's
Much
what's up.
love to you though. And you know, since we had the Partners in Rhymes crew pop in, just a few more picks. Here's me and Lady Microsoft who just popped in. We got Mahogany Soul. I so love me some Zelina. She's so dope. She's so humble. But when I tell you she spit that fire, oh, if you ever get the opportunity to listen or to see her in person, please do. And this is who was just, you know, talking in the chat. This is Father Time, Scott Cabral, you know, dope. And I did not know, because, you know, I just be in the know just enough, just a little bit. You know, these two always be having something under their belt. You know, they be having something that they don't prepare you for. So they started giving out awards, and then I got pinned. I said, oh, it got the Partners in Rhyme joint. They made me feel real special, part of the family, you know. I look to all of y'all like family because really that's how we bonded first before getting to see folks in person. I'm like the last.
That's dope. That's dope that y'all do that. A lot of, you know, that's dope. You need that. You need that. that needs to happen, and I wish it happened more with the online.
Yeah, she said, "Yay, because you are family." Oh, I feel so loved. Like no, like for real. Like it's always dope when, and like that's the dope thing that I love about Clubhouse because it gives you an opportunity to know people before you see them. And I love that because everybody so far, everything that I experienced or got to know about y'all individually on Clubhouse, when I meet you in person, you are exactly that. No one has failed me yet. So whoever be getting a mixed up impression of you, you know what they could do. Because they on something because like I ain't nothing wrong with you. You doing exactly everything right. Yep, we love Adelina. Yes, we do. So before we get into our artist spotlight, because this is one of my favorites on Blast, indie artists that I haven't heard in a while. You got something ready for us to take us into the break?
Yeah, I do.
All right. So you need me to? I'm gonna turn the music down in the back.
Can you hear me? Am I good? Mic check.
Yep. 1 2 1 2. All
right. When I put pen to page, I'm engaged. I mix weed leaves with sage so the high is sanctified. I burn the third degrees, focus on what third eye sees. Pisces sees, blood fused, ink in my IVs, cause my heart's on my left sleeve. Same shoulder I got a chip on. Life's a lot to handle. It's some shit I just can't get a grip on. Like you could tell them the money funny, but they still want to cut it a take. Tell them what's in the batter won't matter. They still want a slice of the cake. That's when I realized being woke don't really mean awake. Open eyes don't mean you see well. Thumb scrolls, scholars faking, they partaking in awakening, penning chakra shades and retrogrades into prose, I suppose. But did that make you deep? But see, my right hand is my right hand and it's cold on that shoulder. Pen in my palm, turn Megatron arm, my pen is cannon. See it interwoven in my clothing. Fabric I'm from can't be cut. My blood spills in paragraphs and sonics. I speak in South Bronx phonics. Sermons served to pill heads on tonics. And kids really don't know what poetry is. That was really pain.
Whew. Wow. We're going to hold right there because we're going to discuss that before you hit us with some more. Well, our artist spotlight tonight is, if I can get to it, where did it go? Is LaDawn the Chameleon.
Avoiding you is driving me crazy. Lately I've been wanting you. Text you to say I miss you, been in my plans, but I can't follow through. I'm not sure what to say or do. I'm trying so hard to resist you. I love so hard, and every time it becomes a problem. When I love so hard, and every time it becomes a problem. It's your love I want and need. I need nobody else. Flashbacks from the beginning. Remember how we first met. See, I'm trying to forget it, about it all. And somehow you always pop up in my thoughts. How can I stop it? Yeah? How can I stop it? Yeah? Because when I love so hard, and every time it becomes a problem. When I love so hard, and every time it becomes a problem. afraid to open up for you, 'cause I really don't want nobody else but you. But I'm so afraid to fall again. Somehow I don't want this to ever end. Somehow I don't want this to ever end. Because when I love so hard, and every time it becomes a problem. When I love so hard, and every time it becomes a problem. All misconstrued, I got you, you know it may sound like I'm bipolar. Don't know if I should give in to you. Call it emotional roller coaster. Call it emotional roller coaster. No. Emotional wreck I am, I admit it. Is it a way that I can love you without any regret? Emotional wreck I am, I admit it. Is it any way I can love you without any regret? Let my wall down, is it safe? 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 When I love, when I love so hard. When I love so hard. Like Diamond Chameleon.
That was LaDonna Chameleon with When I Love So Hard. And if you liked what you just watched and heard, you can run on over to blastmusic247.com and to view more music like that. But if you are an artist, upcoming comedian, spoken word poets that, might have visuals that, could create a stage and, get on there for the free, that's blastmusic247.com. Yeah, Britt, I'm talking about you. But it's also for the fans. You too can create an account to see more independent artists with a great selection. We also take bands. We're not leaving y'all out, so run on over to blastmusic247.com because we are changing the industry one artist at a time. So, we believe in health, wealth, and self. So some folks like to partake in other things, for medicinal uses. So we had the live alkaline water first. So now we have our sponsor, Canaleaf. I know you like this. Discover Canaleaf, your ultimate online dispensary. Looking for premium cannabis products without leaving your home? Welcome to Canaleaf.net, your one-stop shop for all things cannabis. There is a huge selection. Explore a diverse range of strands and edibles with just a few clicks. They got it all. Exclusive offer. You must subscribe to Blast Music 24/7 and you get an incredible 15% discount on every purchase. The promo code is BLAST15. Shop online is quick and easy and convenient. Just visit Canaleaf.net to browse their selection and place the order in minutes. Why wait? Elevate your experience with Canaleaf today. And you can follow them on Instagram at Canaleaf_FL, Snapchat by the same name. So,
yes, ma'am.
Let's go to the comments real quick because we got to go back to, you got sheesh, fire, being woke don't really mean woke. That's a whole word. And that was tight. Chakra and retrograde. Hey, yo, that right there, point made.
I love y'all.
And guess what, Red?
Was good.
Uncle Mike is in the building.
Was good, Uncle Mike.
Oh yeah, Uncle Mike is in the building. So yeah, that poem. Was that a prompt or that was a free write?
So that was Poetry Month. A little bit before Poetry Month, I started snatching pictures. Like, you know, during like when around February, I just started snatching pictures. Like, all right. So that was a picture of Megatron. If y'all know who Megatron is from Transformers, it was a picture of Megatron. So I was making reference saying like when I'm holding a pen, it's like Megatron's arm. So it went from there, and I just.
But isn't it amazing, like the things that get us to write? Like
Facts.
that's so dope. Uncle Mike said he's good. Look, Malika, you're yelling, Uncle Mike. So, now before we get to your next piece, you have, y'all have spoken soul sessions. How is the balance of being part of a team, running such a dynamic event like the Grand Griots, and also plug all that good stuff, whenever you feel so to do so. But how does it feel being on that end of the mic when you guys are the curators of the events? You throwing out prompts, you coming up with different ways to challenge them, and then still be a poet at the same time.
Poetic Black and myself, we share a real deep-rooted passion for the art. And so a lot of times I think poets reach a place of complacency. You hit, like, everybody doesn't think about this being an opportunity to perhaps make money. And I constantly talk about how other genres of entertainment are more respected than poets. Clowns, magicians. Clowns go to kids' parties, they make good money. Magicians, and they don't even got to be a great magician. Little BS magician you found on. But poets, it's kind of like this area where the mindset has become, it's for free. We got to pay y'all. In fact, y'all will pay to perform. We'll open the mic and charge y'all to spit.
$5, $10,
get out of that.
$20.
Get out of that mind frame, right? We got to get out of that because stand-up comedians don't do that. Nobody does that, but no one's happy to pay $10 to share their poem or their art except poets. It's like we gotta get out of that because I know poets, I have known poets, and I know that it is possible to make a lot of money doing what we do. So that's the motivation, and it's just like I'm not only the president, I'm also a client. So being in this environment is also inspiring, and so it's all circumvents the same thing. It's like you have this vision, but also it's facilitating some kind of inspiration for you as well. So.
Indeed, because y'all do a dope thing, and it was so funny. Malika commented, she said, "Indeed, y'all sure do."
Thank you.
I think it was, it might have been my second time in the room. No, I think it was my first night in the room. It was like I was in Partners Around the night before. And I jumped in with y'all Saturday, and when usually people be like, when they in a different space and they ain't never been there before, they be like, nah, I'm gonna just sit in the background because when they come in lyrical rhymes, like there's people that be up there, they be like, oh no, I just wanted to listen, and you gotta, okay, well I'm gonna respectfully put you down in the audience, but. Like y'all made it so welcoming, you know what I'm saying? Where I was like, shit, I just did this last night, so might as well, why not? But the funny thing about it was, The poem that I did, and when Poetic Black and y'all and you agreed, like it made y'all think of like Eric B and Rakim. Like that blew my mind because it's like I just said earlier, that's the era that I know. Those are the influences, you know what I'm saying, in my environment. And then y'all made the connection when I did the next poem when I ended up catching COVID from a coworker. Remember that?
Yep.
I said I had these poems just swirling in my head, and I said, and I couldn't do nothing but just sit up, and that every word about every word in this poem about you off of, and Raheem Devon was literally playing in the background when it popped in my head. So, and I just kept writing and writing until my pen stopped. But Poetic Black said he counted every song reference that I used,
Yeah.
like the energy that y'all give, like Malikia and Scott, like, but the way y'all have a way of like, you really like when they say my word is bond, like that's all I hear from the both of you because of the way that you guys y'all don't tear people down. First of all, like y'all not in it for that.
Mm-mm.
But the way that y'all can meticulously dissect every poet that comes up there, but it's not in a bad or condescending way. It's just like y'all just have this way of like, yeah, like if they didn't have enough life in their words, like y'all gave them extra. I haven't heard like a bad, view of anyone's. If anything, like if anybody delivery was unsure about it because it might have been emotional for them, like y'all always granted space. And I'm not disrespecting to anybody, but my life is hectic. I work for the
Right.
people.
Right.
So,
Right.
you
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, like
Right.
Friday, like I be trying to get into the other rooms, but really Friday and Saturday is really only my days to do so. I still,
Mm-hmm.
got to be on my supermom stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, but y'all rooms are just where if somebody needed to breathe, they can do so.
I thank you for that, Sunshine. I appreciate you.
Like word and look, word is born. I listen carefully, and it's all done in love. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Indeed.
building up and never destroying like most people do in the horror stories that I've heard about previous rooms. I'm glad I'm just, going 2 years in on Clubhouse. I'm glad I missed all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad. But I'm glad that y'all stuck it out and y'all still riding out. Y'all the OGs of it.
That's
So,
true.
um, Joe the Mind Dancer, what did he say? Oh, he said that's agreed with the whole philosophy. So
Joe.
anywhere you want to take us, or if you want to take a moment to speak about, the Grand Griots.
No, I mean, tomorrow is the finale.
Mhm.
It's Kiana Pearl and Miju, both of them representing Team Black, and I think it's going to be, something to spectate. It's also going to be some other performances and some things going on, but it's going to be a happening. So even if it's like the Super Bowl, like even if you ain't
Yes,
watch football all season, even if you ain't watch no football games all season, people watch the
you
Super
gonna
Bowl,
want to tune into this.
and yeah, you should definitely come through tomorrow 9 o'clock
Like last year, how many people was in the room? I forgot.
for the finale.
Yeah.
It was crazy. You got to ask Black for but it was like over 400 people.
Yeah. I knew it was up there. I knew it
Mm-hmm.
was up there.
Mm-hmm.
So um take us down any trip you want.
Okay, so this piece is about when you have too much to drink and you wake up with regrets.
Mhm.
Sometimes you had too much of a good time, but it wasn't really a good time because when you wake up, you're like, why did I do that? So that's what motivated this poem.
Okay.
I mean, I was drunk as fuck, and she knew that. Cause I mean, really, Who would do that? No, really. Who would do that? Let me rewind. I had one too many drinks. I think I've been there since 8, but it's late. End of the night, my head tight, dim lights, and there she go. 1 to 10, she's a 0. She go from staring at me, story after story. She's sharing with me. I went from half listening to giggling at every joke she say, to Tangeray, melting that ugly away. Damn. Jokes and gin shots. That's what brings out the thought. Got Quasimodo over here looking hot. No. Hell no. Not this girl. Nigga, ain't that much drunk in the world. I mean, even as a whore, there's just some shit you gotta stand for. She had a face. Remind you what God gave you hands for. She had to know. I would never know. She had to see a weakness, a stagger. Maybe it was my slurred speech. I remember the rain. When us having a tight embrace, her tongue all over the place. It tastes as nasty as her face. I'm still gripping her closely, my hand squeezing where her ass was supposed to be. Then the morning, her couch a pull-out bed, my mouth tastes like makeup and some shit I couldn't make up. She next to me, girl shaped like Reggie Miller, laying on the side of her back. She don't know her wig is stuck to my belly. She don't know what's a condom in her ass crack. I moved. She wrapped her arms around me, sleeping soundly. I could feel a ghost of fuck past creeping all around me. They laughing at me. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, God damn it, I was drunk as fuck. And she knew that. Sunshine. She knew that. Because who would do that? No, seriously. On God. Who would do that? I was really in pain.
Let's go back to what Joe said. He said those rooms created space to bear your soul. Yes, they truly do, and I am so grateful for that. When I say folks don't even know that they are creating therapy for folks, like that's definitely what it is, because the most conventional ways don't work anymore. You know, you have to come up with new ways to engage people so that they can release. And then, yes, of course, I was right there laughing with you. And you say, see, you was trying not to laugh. So, yeah, I know you said that what was the reason behind, well, what made you decide to write about that? Like, was this like overhearing stories or just knowing people that done been through that shit?
No, I was walking somewhere and I bumped into the person. And I was like, I'm gonna write a poem about that shit.
No.
Because I saw them in the light in the daytime. I was sober, and I saw them. I was like, God damn it. And she was all like, hi, Kai. Like, what up? Write a poem about that shit.
See, but that's the beauty about writing, is because even if it's not a personal experience or somebody you know or whatever, it's like you can create that image, because I swear, like, you are so vivid with everything that I've ever heard you spit. I literally can see it, you know, and not all poets do that, and it's no disrespect to those that don't. Some just make you feel it. But like I said, with you, every time I've heard it and then seeing you in person last week, Like, I'm the passenger in the seat with you when you perform. Like, you make the people feel like you right there in it. Like, whatever you are spitting, they were right there with you, or they're in it as it's happening. Like, that's what I got. Because, like, that's what Uncle Mike was saying. Like, he was just blown away. He was like, yo, that's what's up. That's like, he's like, yo, that's what's up.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, see, look, you see the side. that's the humble part where he be trying not to be like, yeah, that's what's up. Most people, especially being here in the South, they get on us Northerners, you know what I'm saying, and they be like, oh, Jersey and New York, y'all arrogant, this is that. Like, everybody is not like that.
Nah, man, you put pieces of yourself on these pages, and you don't know how it's going to translate sometimes, so when people receive you well, it's always a blessing, and it feels good to know, because at the end of the day, it's relatability. I want to tell you a story, or I want to share something with you that you're going to take something from, or it's going to have a lasting effect. So I want you to go home, or while you're in your car leaving the venue, I want to be stuck in you. I want to have said something that left a splinter in your brain, even if it was just funny or made you think about something or something. So when people get me, I appreciate it. And it is humbling, because, I'm on the toilet writing half of this stuff. I don't know how you guys go.
Hey, my grandfather always said, all praise is due to him. But he always said he did his best thinking on the shitter. So
yeah, that's what I'm describing. A lot of my stuff be in there. I gotta be honest.
I'll be in the shower.
Plus, it's the only place.
Or I'll be meditating, and then it's like
the only place to look.
I get to the point where I'm totally in it, and then now I have two coming at me at the same time. Like, I feel like I'm sitting in a chair in the middle of a filing cabinet, and I'm putting two poems in it at this, like, simultaneously. And then it brings me out of it, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta write it. And then I start writing two different ones, and then I get frustrated, and then I stop.
I know how that is.
And then I've had poems that make me draw. And then I can't go back to the poem until I finish the drawing. And then once the drawing is done, now the rest of it comes. Like, what is that? I still ain't been able to get an answer. Like, what is that? But so I know you're definitely a writer that does not fit in any box. Definitely not.
Thank you. I try not to. I try to.
Yeah, no, you strive. We do. We either do or we don't. We striving and we doing. But you definitely can write from any angle, from what I've seen and witnessed over this time. And what, if you had to pick, what is your favorite style or topic to write about?
I like to write about relationships. That's my lane. Like, that's where I like to write about love and love loss and the whole circle of love, because it's a trip, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of space there, because people change religions, move to other states, separate themselves from their family, kill in the name of love, and it feel good. It could fuck you up. It could make you want to die. It could make you happy you alive. It's a lot there. It's a real poet's playhouse. So that's my lane, because it's that space that created the poet that I am. So
Uncle Mike said that poem sound like a night at Mike's. That's a local bar in Linden, New Jersey that we frequent. It's been a staple in the community for years. You know what I'm saying? As Uncle Mike called it, the old local.
I hope it wasn't there. That would be funny as hell. I don't remember where I was. I was in New Jersey. I just don't remember where. I told you
Oh my
I was pretty drunk. That would be hilarious.
Oh man. So since you said relationships are your lane, you want to drop one of those?
Oh, yeah. I could do that. I got something. Uh, uh yeah, so when you're ready, I'm ready.
The stage is yours.
The real scandal. When love is mishandled, squandered. Every time her eye wandered, acceptance or suffrage becomes the love language you use. But more pain ensues. You are confused. Stay, go, it gets hard to choose. When the good parts and the bad parts fuse, plus the good parts are fused. Truly, there are parts of yourself you lose when the love of your life is creeping or sleeping with him, her, and who's, her phone, a request line. When I dare inquire, she states in layment, and I just can't explain it. She says it's just entertainment. How? Text the nigga, then sex the nigga. It was always the same shit. Pussy smell like latex and dick. I'm sick. Knowing I ain't hitting a bit. Sick. This shit hard to predict. I wanted love the way love was depicted, not this hurt shit. Love, not you giving head to people you work with. Numb me till death becomes me. To discover your love loves another, then another, then another, then everything I am today. True, it's you who made me this way. Now, I know that's too much power for one pussy to have, but I am the infusion of the pain you push me to have. This ain't the half. If you wanted to go down this hole, I was ready to go with you, rider. We on the highway to hell. I'll sit right beside you, loving you to... Wait, that reminds me. You let your side nigga find me, line me, multiple stab wounds as I bled in the bathroom. You say, he said he had nothing to do with it, but I get it. That nigga done fuck loyalty out of you. I mean, y'all bumping, but we got a kid. We live together. That got to amount to something. I try to forget, but I find pain where my love's at. I had to leave you fat. We had to cut the act. You let a side nigga get you pregnant without even asking me if I was ready to live that. You aborted it and hid that. And I just feel like if you was a real bitch, you wouldn't have did that. So, if today be the anniversary of you hurting me, killing off my best version of me, and I really, really, truly like that person. Oh, wow. That was really pain.
Ooh, man. I am definitely glad I got you on here tonight. Because I know it was crazy with everything getting prepared with the competition. Because
Yeah,
I was really trying to get you on last month for Men's Month. So, coming into July, that's still dope because the replay was last week with RL and Scott. And even today, like this was like another extension because I'm also paying homage to my Uncle Mike. You know what I mean? So the purpose was, to honor the brothers for the month, to create the space that you guys are normally not afforded to speak your pain or your truth and tell your side and your experiences. So, the written in pain, like to know that, to know so many people have lived that life, knowing that somebody literally right now that possibly just happened to,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
is it easy, or was it easy in the beginning to write about all of that? Did you
It's always
struggle?
been easy to write it. Sharing it was an obstacle in the beginning.
Mhm.
But I use poetry to kill my ego.
Mhm.
So that helps me with the transparency because I don't have my pen don't hide anything. Even if I won't say something to you, but I'll write the fuck out of it though.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Uncle Mike said he had a great time last Saturday.
So did I. So did I.
So yes, that piece was definitely dope. Um, to know this is a true life event.
Yeah, yeah. That was one of those things because it was during poetry month again, and a person sent me a picture, and I was like, "This a poem."
I love that. So when shit happens, see, you are okay. The epitome when they say, "Fuck around and find out," you do something to a poet, you're gonna end up in a poem.
Yeah,
He telling y'all right now,
yeah.
cross him, you're gonna be in a poem. That's just what it is. You're gonna be forever inked in history,
That's a fact.
forever spoke on.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like you always gonna have the last word.
Yep. Yep.
And that's the dope thing about being a griot. You know, my elders, I refer to them as the Fitch sisters. This is on my mother's father's side. I ended up living with them in Jersey, and they were originally from Lynchburg, Virginia, and migrated to Jersey because family had migrated to New York. So everybody did their thing back then. And I'm talking about my aunts. They were born 1917 to like 1937. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they poured a lot into me about different things, and to hear them reflect on their uncle. He was on. I want to believe it was Henry because my aunt Yeye, her full name is Azalea Henry, not Henrietta. It's Henry Fitch. That was her maiden name when she was born. But he was the griot of the family. Like he's the one that told them the stories that they used to do back in the day. Is that one person that would sit everyone down in the village and they would just listen to them and they would tell them all the stories. Like that's what he was for them. And one thing I found so amazing, there is two things for me. I've always said that lets us know, no matter what background we are from, that we are all part of the same village, just different tribes, is when you have poets and comedians. Because when they refer to the black mama jokes, we all know them. And we grow up in different places. How do we have the same exact experiences with our mothers? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, so that's a way that I know that we are connected. And
Mm-hmm.
it was amazing. My aunts kept me involved in everything. But they told me the story about, you ever heard the story about how we got the bottom of our hands and our feet are light?
No.
Okay, so I want to, it's not that long, but I'm making it short as a minute version. But
Okay.
basically, it was a village,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and I don't know if this was supposed to be like a reference of like the River of Jordan or anything, but they were in the village and they went down there to do the thing, wash clothes, and went to fish. And when they realized they came out, their skin was white. They ran back to the village. They told everyone, but instead of the whole village going, they decided to have a big old great festival first. And they partied, they danced, and they ate, and they was good, and they was getting ready to go to the water. And there was a good group of people that decided, no, we'll catch it later. We're gonna lay down and rest a little bit. We did a little too much. So by the time that they woke up, they got down there was only enough left to just get the bottom of their hands and their feet.
Wow. Story.
So fast forward, like I said, my aunt used to be heavily activism. That's in my blood. She was the president of the NAACP in our local chapter. They took me to the Lincoln Jazz Festival. They took me to a play. I can't remember the writer, but it was the Tillman guy that played Colonel on A Different World.
Ah, I know you're talking. I know that actor.
And it was the sisters from Amen.
Okay.
So they were telling different stories in the play, and I believe it was at the Jacob Javits Center. And he told the same damn story in between the acts.
Wow.
The same exact story. So this is why I love poetry so much, because again, yes, it is very therapeutic. It helped me grow through a lot of things. And it to me shows how we all the same. If we could just get like that on a larger scale, like the nation building scale, like it could be such a beautiful thing. And I feel like poetry is going to be the last thing standing to kind of try to bring that together, because once they try their best to dismantle music, you ain't going to have nothing left but the written word.
Facts.
And Uncle Mike said that poem was real deep. So do you have any shout outs that you want to give? Do you have another piece you want to leave the folks stunned with? And then make sure you plug again tomorrow night and how folks can follow you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm Written in Pain everywhere if you want to follow me. Written in Pain everywhere, literally. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will be the Grand Griot finale. Kiana Pearl versus Miju. That's going to be a thing. I'm looking forward to that. And, we're doing a lot of stuff. I host a podcast called How Many Mics with China Blue, and we rate hip hop albums over there. And we'll be coming back this Sunday. We're doing a Deion Sanders album called Encore. This season, we break the show up into seasons. So this season, we are doing non-rappers who made rap albums. So we starting with Deion Sanders, and it should be a fun time. Oh,
wow, yeah.
Yeah, so, that's what it is with that. I usually start or end my features with this piece. So if this is the last piece you want me to spit, I'm gonna do Final Warning.
I mean, if you want to do two more, it's yours.
It's on you. I know you got to get the PIR.
So do two more.
All right. So let me think what I got.
Whatever made you do it, do that one.
All right. All right. I don't know if I did this piece on. I don't know if I did this piece now. Did I do a piece on?
Here he go. He always messing with. I bet you he accidentally hit the button again. So he will recover real quickly. But yeah, I believe this might be one of the pieces that he did Friday. And if it is, y'all are definitely going to enjoy this. And while we are waiting for him to reconnect, yes, Partners in Rhyme is going live right now, Lyrical Vibes in Clubhouse. So those of y'all that enjoy Clubhouse, y'all can go ahead and jump on over there as well, because I co-moderate that space. And Partners in Rhymes, Lyrical Rhymes every Friday, 8 p.m. on Clubhouse. That is Malikia Scott, who y'all saw in the comments earlier, and Scott Burrell, also who was in the comments. They are the partners in rhymes, and myself, Arrows, aka Logan Chef Walker. Yeah, you know he makes the meals. Yeah, we are co-moderators, and when Triple P, the pretty provocative poet, has time, he jumps in there with us as well. I definitely don't know what's going on with Red, but in the meantime, since I did pin a piece for my Uncle Mike, I believe it is only right that yeah, and I had to open up the event because I was the baby in the crew. Come to find out, I am 43, so I had to open it, and I really appreciate them. I think they did that on purpose because they knew I had pinned a piece for my Uncle Mike. If y'all don't understand, what old girl say, that sound bite, y'all gonna be sick of me. Yeah, y'all gonna be sick of me because that's my Uncle Mike. And if you say that you know me personally, if you don't know me to talk about my Uncle Mike, if somebody asks you who was her favorite person in the whole wide world and you can't tell them her Uncle Mike, you don't know me. Like, that's really what it is. So this is my poem that I literally penned while waiting to get myself to the airport. Didn't sleep to get on the flight back. So this was on my mind, and it was right on time. You know what it's like to come out of traumas that was meant to break you, birth into a world that was molded to hate you. Stripped from the only known siblings, leaving you yearning for the connection of those that's like you. A great reason tonight I stand here before you. You see that man right there? Yeah, y'all see him in the comments. When things fell apart, he was and is still the glue. Always able to get me back on my square. Every word he spoke, his eyes overwhelmingly sincere. He reinforced to continue to grow with no fear, making my vision through the storm so clear. He's like, nah, he is the holiday. He always brings the cheer. His firstborn niece with the best childhood memories. Even though he was a bachelor, still hitting them streets, he balanced being a father figure, consistently present for me. Candy and booster cells, pageants and basketball, even a pat on the back after a brawl. If you want a life, you want to feel like you weigh and stay on your grind every day. And he always showed improve. 608 miles in distance, we still endlessly build on everything. His protection covered me like wings through each stage of elevating. 1990, Maumi, his only sister. Indeed, he missed her. You may not have pictures, but all you got to do is look in the mirror. 94, my great grandmother. I'm becoming emotionally somber. Uncle Mike, right there, keeping me cool, keeping me calm. Fast forward to 2002, became a mother. He was on the road. I believe it was Buffalo, but I was waking in recovery by a familiar tone. My Uncle Mike with his smooth ass baritone. You did good, kid. My first great niece, but you better get ready for no sleep. But just when I thought I had peace, 9 months later, my pop, his dad, deceased. And then 2 years later, that's when it all ceased. In '04, a hit and run, a mother coming undone, yet always standing tall like the tree of life. My Uncle Mike holding me tight. All praises due to the Most High for my spirit guide in the flesh. You the best for life, Uncle Mike, my man, 100 grand. So, yeah, my Uncle Mike, he definitely. Look, and she said that I shined, and that's our Uncle Mike now. Y'all know it. You know, he used to get mad at me about that. He like, hey, yo, you got some fine ass friends. You know, you can't be having everybody calling me Uncle Mike. He said, and then I got older women calling me Uncle Mike. I said, hey, that's just a nickname.
Right,
You know,
right.
you know what I'm saying? That's like a pit named Slickback. Yours is just Uncle Mike. So now that we got you back, go on with what you gonna share with us.
You still want two?
Yup.
All righty then.
You gonna give me what you owe.
Sound like a DMX record.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do this one. You know, people got mad when I did this piece before, but it is what it is. I'm ready when you're ready.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you touched before, don't touch it again.
I'm not. All right. What competition creation is facing? Breathing mannequins. There goes man again. Compelling how he ass selling to aid in ass selling, made to sell to asses, everything from foam to silicone. Remove your fat, then sell it back to put it back on your back while you try to sell us. Squatch did that. Insane to be that vain. Risk your life, endure that pain just to hit that pole and get that rain. They should transfer some fat off your brain. Makes my mercury rise. It don't even match your thighs. You wanted that bubble balloon. You purchased the full moon. I assume 7K spent on Uranus. Venus probably roll over in her plot. She knew how many Hottentots we got. Getting grands from OnlyFans. Funny how they going under the knife to get buns, to make bread, taking hard salami to get cheese, getting shitted on overseas for some G's. Jeez. How can we redeem self-esteem when you selling yourself on phone screens so you can brag about your bag? Now, what's really sad? Sister, you was already bad. Now I'm eyeing you, buying this fineness, but your highness. The elevation should be where the mind is, not where the hind is. I find this unnerving, disturbing, making fuck dolls out of a person. I mean, I still love you. I'll be right here when you get back. Thousand in pain.
Was this the one that made you laugh?
No, I ain't read it.
Oh, okay. Because I was hoping that this was the one that you chose to do, because I remember when you first did this. Oh, everybody! I didn't have the headphones in, so everybody in the house heard it, and we was cracking up. Oh, we was cracking up. And no disrespect to y'all, but hey, who are y'all doing it for? Because if the brothers are consistently saying that's not really what they want, but hey, yeah, they'll still hit you. I mean, what is it for?
Right. Right.
Oh, yes, Uncle Mike is in the chat. But yeah, was this like a fed up thing?
Yeah, my Instagram motivated me. I was like, yo, I can't. Every other post is like ass. I was like, this is getting annoying.
It's just everywhere. Yeah. And I remember, like, it's so funny how people are just saying BBL, and I'm like, okay, so do y'all not remember it? The BBL is short for Brazilian butt lift. Like, this is what the others did to look like us.
Right.
This is the one thing that Anna Nicole Smith was good and known for. You know what I'm saying? And chicks like her. how did this get turned on to us? I missed the wave. I guess I was just too much of a tomboy. Like I don't care. Like I'm a big girl, and it's just gonna be that. Like I'm like damn near with heels on. I'm damn near like 6'2". So what?
People always talking about trend setting, but we never really know the source of who's setting the trends, because whoever's setting the trends, they have an agenda, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, Wendy Williams was talking about it in over the airwaves heavy when she went through her surgery. And I think
Mhm.
maybe that had a lot to do with it because regardless
Yeah.
of what people said, Wendy had a mouth and everybody was listening, whether you liked her or not.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hate. She's a Jersey girl like me, so Now, is this Mama Donna,
Who?
His Highness 31? I can't really see the picture. But when I tell you, it was so lovely to see her too. And just so you know, Uncle Mike was concerned about how you was getting home, Missy. He was like, "Wow." He was like, "She had to go away. She had to go, look." And if this is her, this is who I'm talking about right here. Yeah, she ain't know that I took that picture.
You
Don't
came
beat
with
me.
all the files. You had everything. You had info. You had files. You came with everything.
Oh yeah, I don't play. I don't play. When I want to make sure I give them their flowers, I want to make sure y'all get to see. Just because you wasn't there to experience it, you get to get it from me, and I at least come with the visuals. I was prepared for this. I really was prepared for this. But now, like Malikia said, you stuck like Chuck, bro. You family. You know, we done had our bill session. You feel me? And
Thanks.
Uncle Mike, once people gotta understand, if Uncle Mike dig you, like that's like a pass, like everybody around us, like they was like, oh yeah, if Uncle Mike fuck with you, then you in there. You know what I'm saying? So look, everybody passed the Uncle Mike check. Not like it was done intentionally because I already know he was gonna fall in love with everybody that showed up, and that's exactly what happened. So, you know, just so y'all know, hit me up, start tagging me and stuff when y'all are doing things in Jersey because Uncle Mike said he wants to come. He'll become a regular patron. So, keep me in the loop so I can make sure I give him the info. So, any shout outs before we get out of here? Because I got to jump over the partners around.
No, shout out to everybody who came through, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting. I can't see the chat, but
You
I
can't see the
appreciate.
chat.
Nah, but I appreciate everybody.
It was, let's see, Malikia, essentially Janice, His Highness 31, Malikia, Scott, Carla, I Am the Messenger, Shelly, and it was a few more. It jumped up to like 58. And then I was like, oh, I can't see all the people. Oh, and Joe, thank you for coming. Yeah, so that's the ones that commented.
Yeah, so I appreciate y'all, and this is what I love poetry, man. So I appreciate the vibe. I appreciate you, Sunshine, for the invite, and man, I'm always happy to kick it.
Oh shoot! Damn, listen, Twitter, you got too many names.
Because I looked at the picture and I was like, oh, that look like mahogany, but
I got you in your yellow.
I want to assume.
Let me go back to it. Yes, sis, I got you up here too. So don't think I wasn't gonna show love to you. I did like a whole advertisement for you right there when I showed your picture, just so you know. But yeah, you were saying your shout outs.
Yes. Shout out to everybody who came through. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the love. And I'll see y'all tomorrow 9 p.m. Come through, support these poets because they both deserve to be where they are. They both worked very hard to get where they are. And
how many started in the competition?
We had a lot of auditions. The competition started with 16 poets.
Okay.
And we down to the last 2. So, and it's been a weekly thing, and it's a lot of work. So
yes, it's a lot.
I'm show them some love because they both did the work. They both deserve to be there.
That's right. Give the time again.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard. And also, let me say this. There's an open invitation we have called the Iron Scribe Tournament for anybody who made it to the top 12 of the competition. We're having a tournament tomorrow. It'll be for like $150. We're going to break it down into 3 rounds. The first round is a love poem. Second round is a social conscious poem. And the third round is a freestyle poem. And if you were in the Grand Griot and got eliminated this season or last season, you are invited to partake in this tournament. That will be tomorrow.
Y'all heard that?
Last year, Ebony the Goddess won.
Who was it?
Ebony the Goddess.
Okay, Ebony. Shout outs to Ebony the Goddess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is Friday.
Yep.
Be cooling how y'all be cooling.
Yep.
Be safe out there. They had an active shooter around here for 2 days in Charlotte. Turned out to be, unfortunately, 2 teenagers, 16 and 18, young boys. So we got to do something. Something got to change, because for the kids to be now doing this, it's something missing out here. People are definitely hurting. Folks got to learn to provide spaces and grace for people to release. And it's not just about us sisters, because we are supposed to be the support for the brothers. So if we are not allowing them the space to open up, as we have so many outlets, it is our charge to create those spaces for them. No disrespect to anyone else, but I was designed to support the Black man, and that's what I'm always do until my last breath. No disrespect, but I love everybody though.
Appreciate you.
It's always love. Before we get out of here, oh yeah, she says she got ops. That's why she got so many pages. And yes, we love you, sis. We love you. It was so dope to finally meet you in person, and it will not be the last. So with that, folks, peace, love, and poetry. Be safe. Nation Hilda, Nation Billing.